My name is Tiffany Johnson. After being in childcare for many years and having my own successful business, I wanted to show you what it takes to be top tier. Today we have Latoya Williams and Erika Jones. Ladies, introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Latoya Williams. I'm the operations manager at Success by Steps Early Learning Academy. Yes. And I have been in early childcare education for 17 years.
All right.
Yes. Hello, my name is Erika Jones, and I am the owner of the Leaders of Tomorrow Child Development Center. We have been in business for 10 years, and I have been in childcare for the past 16 years.
Yes.
To me, yes.
All right, ladies. So since we have been in childcare for a very long time, can you remember an outrageous call out?
Oh, man.
For me, it was an experience with a teacher who said, in a nutshell, her cousin, mama, sister, baby, daddy, somebody passed away, which was a unique situation. Because her whole thing was, is that considered immediate family?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I had to explain to her what immediate family was, and per our policy, we only accommodate immediate family, but we would give her time off to attend the funeral.
I think deaths is always a tricky thing because some people that is further down the line you can be a little closer with, but most people policies does say immediate family.
That's
So even like my daughter, her dog died and she was like a hot mess. I'm talking about
the day off.
She took like 2-3 days off. So I think since that situation happened, I'm a little bit more, I guess, understanding of the whole death thing, because I know when I called her job, or Jella called her job, and then my mom she had a driving class that day, so my mama called and let me know what's going on. I'm like, how crazy that would sound. Like, oh yeah, she can't come to work there because her dog died.
It happens.
And if I would have not experienced that, like on everything I love, I would have been like, Toya.
Even you were sad on that day.
Yeah, I was
just
upset.
to see your baby like that.
I was upset.
Got the dog.
But I did. I went all out for the dog. Lord Jesus, he did now. But if I would not have experienced that, I would have not, I think, been as sensitive to somebody else's situation if I didn't experience like the dog. You know what I'm saying? So now if that would have happened before the dog, I wouldn't be like, Toya. Like she just wanted a day off. She probably didn't be going to the funeral.
She's not gonna be there. She's gonna be at the house.
Be there. Ready. So I think so sometimes when it comes down to like death or whatever, it can be a little tricky. But you also, what Erika always told me, know your personnel.
You have to know your personnel.
So like which ones make up something, or is really like her neighbor, cousin, baby daddy, uncle that really died and ain't had nothing to do with her, and she just want to make up something just to be able to call out. So Erika,
it's always easier just to say. But I guess it's easier for us to say. It's easier just to say, but just be honest about what's going on, even if it's one of those days where you don't feel like coming in. You just gotta do what you gotta do. But as far as my experience, it's kind of like what Toya said, just the random people who are not immediate, like my boyfriend's mom. I had a situation where her boyfriend's mom had to go get eye surgery, and I'm like, okay, well, your boyfriend can kind of make sure his mom is okay.
Take his own mama to the hospital.
But she wanted to be there for the boyfriend and the mom, so it's just one of those things. Like, okay,
she wasn't having heart surgery.
No, she had eye surgery,
and the boyfriend couldn't take her.
No, she wanted to be there to support the boyfriend.
Not after she got off work.
No.
Okay.
No. It wasn't. She needed it then and now.
So they didn't know about the eye surgery before that day?
I didn't even care to ask those questions, to be honest with you. I was just, in childcare, it's one of those things like, but you don't even have time to really think about if this is true or what you could have done. It's like, okay, thanks for letting me know. I'll give you guys a call back to follow up with you and see how your mom's boyfriend's mom, not your husband's mom, or your mom, how your boyfriend's mom is doing. But you never be amazed at what you can hear coming from different people these days.
So what do you think that they are thinking when they come up with these stories? Like,
I just want a day off.
That's it.
But just say that. Just request it. It ain't that deep.
To some people, because then you start getting penalties. Some people kind of like have points against you if you have too many unexcusable call outs. So it's like,
But I just feel like
I can't
this.
tell her I was partying last night. I'm gonna have to just tell her that. You know what I mean? So
I rather for you not to say anything than or just say, hey, I'm not able to come in today, because legally they don't have to give us an answer.
That is true.
As to why they're calling
That
out.
is true.
So for me, knowing that legally I can ask you why you calling out, they just tell me and you ain't coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then to come up with these
about
crazy reasons. Or we have had some that just fake like they were sick.
See them on social media.
You know,
it's
like, I thought you was sick, baby. You know, but it's great. Or you have some that call out every other pay period. You know, when it's time for payday. On that Good Friday, it's like
crab legs and shrimp the night for
I don't want to come to work. But it's like, for me, if I know, first of all, why am I calling out that often anyway? Because if you need money, which I'm sure a lot of people do, because they're grown, they got bills, they got kids, but you are cutting your own self short, because that means that the next pay period ain't even gonna be a 80-hour pay period.
They're calling out every
because
period.
you calling out every other Friday. For me, that just don't make sense to me. Like, you need to work that bad to the point where you can't, like, you got to call out every single time it's time for us to get paid.
I guess what we think as a responsibility and we hold true to, everybody don't hold true to it like we do. Like, I might be hanging out the socket, but we coming. Like,
right.
we coming.
I'm going to figure out something. Put a patch over it. I'm going to do something.
We're going to make it work. We're going to shake to be there. But everybody don't hold true to what they're doing, their profession, their career. They just don't.
It's like, hey, I'm here for a paycheck. Let me, I'm wash the keys whenever I feel like it. And when I don't, I ain't coming.
That's it.
I guess. So how many times have you feel like you have been told the same story over and over and over by staff? And was like, I'm calling out on Friday. So what is a story that they're telling you repeatedly to the point where it's like, you know what? Like, you can't come up with another storyline at this point.
I don't have a ride. I don't have a ride. I've heard that one lots of times. Like, my car is giving me issues. I put it in the shop last week. It's still not ready. I've been Ubering. I'm like, okay, well, we can get you an Uber because we need staff.
Right.
Like, we've paid for Ubers before, but then it gets to the point where, oh, well, the Uber came and I wasn't ready, so it left. So do you want to come to work?
Oh,
or do you not come to work?
Right.
But again, just be honest so we can eliminate my trying to call back and again make sure you're okay. But everybody, I just think that the work ethic is just so different these days. Like, back when we were coming up, we would do whatever we did all night long. But when it's time to go to work in the morning, we went to work in the morning because, again, like you said, those bills don't stop, and those trips that you want to go on got to be booked.
And it's crazy because even when I was younger and I was outside, Lord forgive me.
When I was having a good time,
I was outside. Even then, like, me and my younger self now, I'm talking about 18, 19 years old, I would still go out all night and
work.
And I had to be, at that time, I was an opener for the company I was working for at the time. I had to be to work at 6:30 in the morning and get a toddler ready with me on top of that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, no, I can't do that now because I ain't no spring chicken.
Right.
But, for the younger ones that, the younger staff that we have, it's like, hey, listen, back in the day, I was able to pull an all-nighter.
Give me a 30-minute nap.
Listen, I'm getting up. I'm getting the whole baby ready, and we out the door. So it's like, I think the work ethic is different, and I think that it's so many different resources now that they can go to certain places and get their water paid or their light bill paid or whatever. Or a lot of people just outside now. So I think that they're just coming up with different ways to get things done. Without having to really work as hard as we did, back then. Because I didn't know of any resource that was gonna pay my light bill or my water bill back or my rent So I knew, like, okay, girl, you gonna go have a good time, but you gotta get up.
Stuff to do in the
You
morning.
get this baby, and you going out the door. Be out the door by 5:45, so you can get yourself together. That's the times where I couldn't do Jayla hair, and so
trying to get a chance to iron my clothes.
Listen, she walked out the door looking like it had a bad head, but but thank God she worked with me at she was at the school I was working at the time, so I was able to use them little 5-10 minutes before parents came in to brush the hair up in the ponytail or something, but I still made it happen. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that like you said, the work ethic is different. They just want to be off just because it's just something
to relax.
Yeah.
And scrolling social media don't make it out bed anyway. So you can just sit in your bed all day like, oh, I don't want to get up. I don't want to move. Like, I don't want to hear the kids today. And especially like, well, you guys have different facilities now, but just how small we are, it's hard for people to work in those small areas without feeling overwhelmed. So it was like, you know what? I don't want to be dealing with that today. Let me just call out. But at the same time, these children are depending on you. Right. These parents are waiting for you. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where they don't care. Normally, it would just be, I got to do this. I know that these kids are waiting for me. I know that if I don't open up, then, people are going to be waiting. So long as, they're getting a check whenever they want it, they don't care how the facility is about to be rolling.
I used to tell staff all the time, this is not a retail store. Like, the clothes don't stay on the rack until you decide to get, until somebody decide to pick it up off the rack. Like, these are actually human bodies that needs attention and needs somebody to watch after them. So you have to be mindful when you're calling out. And not only that, you get your staff is overworked and overwhelmed. So imagine now if Susie called out last week and you was upset because she called out because now you got to combine classroom, stay longer. Imagine how everybody else feels when you call out. So just be mindful of that.
And I don't think people think because I've dealt with a particular teacher that the child's always sick. And I get it. That's your first priority. I get it. But sometimes if we've worked with you so many times, can you work with us and find somebody else, a sister, a friend that can take the child, especially after your 10th call out about your child being sick? Sometimes it's a give and take. It's definitely a give and take. And I don't think they think that, I am putting my other coworkers in a predicament when I'm always calling out.
And then they complain when somebody else calling out, but everybody else looking at you like, girl, you done called out 10 times in the last 30 days. So I think that, and I don't never want somebody to feel like we expect them to put their family, their family before the business, because family always come first regardless. It's just the fact that when you're just doing too much. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, my baby, got a little runny nose. Okay, maybe because he got allergies or whatever the case may be. Or my baby laying down all day. I just want to call out because it looks like he's tired. Like
he didn't get no sleep last night.
Like okay, whatever. So I don't know. It's everybody's different, and the call out situations can be different. All depends on the situation, but we have definitely had some ridiculous times. So do you think that creating a safe place for them to come and say, hey, I need a day off, do you think that will make a difference?
I honestly think that everyone needs that. Even if you aren't in childcare, you still need a day or some time to yourself where you can just go woosah, because life has a lot of things that's going on, and we juggle a lot. Life be lifing. I was going to say that, but but I feel like at the same time we have to. But we do that to our employees. We do give them that downtime. It may not be 20, 30 minutes, but that 5 minutes just to go woosah and get some fresh air. I do think maybe if we can kind of implement maybe a day off whenever we can get enough staff to come to work, so that way you can have off on Wednesdays, or you can have off on just probably limiting the hours so that you're not so overwhelmed, so we can get more out of the teachers when we do have them. So it's just, again, they have to want to be there, as well as let us know what they may need in order to be happy or fulfilled, because we can't get our job done if the teachers are not 100% themselves. Like, you can't come to work and just be in your little cube. Those children are going to be they're going to be on your back as soon as you come into the building.
Like, where you been?
Right.
I ain't seen you in a while.
Absolutely.
But I do think that's important too. Just, like I said, just for creating a safe space to be like, hey, listen, if you need anything, come to me. Like, just, it don't matter what it is, just be able to come to me, because I think creating it's a workplace environment, but also if you can add a little bit of family, into it or make a difference, because I want you to be able to trust me with, how you feel, Right. So if you know that you have a lot going on, outside of work, and you are coming here and you're trying to help us, pull through the trenches, because we're short staffed or we got kids with behavior issues or whatever, like, just be able to come to me and say, listen, I'm depleted, like I'm over it and I just need a day off. Or even if you can't give me a day off because I know we're short-handed, can I come in late? Or can I come in early and leave earlier? Right. Can I get a 2-hour break instead of an hour break? Because I think if we are prepared or more prepared for what's coming, it will allow the centers to roll a little bit easier too. Because imagine if, somebody did put in a request off, which they should be doing anyway. Absolutely. But if they put in a request off, you already know when they're going to be off. So you know how to plan your day around that person being off, versus you are expecting for all your staff members to come to work and you got 2 call outs. So now you got chaos, and parents see everything. They pay attention to everything, but at that point you got chaos. So it's like, okay, if you can just let me know that you are having, you need some time off. And again, you're not legally bound to tell me why you're calling out. Just say, hey, can I get some time off? Yes. and you and the director or the owner will be able to, have that conversation or try to plan out something so you can have your moment, for you to come off. Because I know we had a director that was going through some stuff. She was like, listen, can I get something? Can I get it?
But they have to be willing to let you know what's going on as well. Because some people, I've had conversations with staff, like, sometimes they might talk amongst it toward the co-workers or their co-teacher, but never the director. So I'm like, how can we help you guys if you're overwhelmed, if you're not letting us know what you may need? So it's like, okay, we're here, our doors are open, but it's like, you have to be willing to let me know. So I can't read your mind if I do see you getting out of character, if it comes to something like, whatever it may be that you are overwhelmed. So it's starting to show in your work ethic. I'm thinking like, what's wrong with you today? Right. But it's like, just let me know so that, okay, I can step in, or we can get someone to step in and make sure that you can go and get your emotions together. Because we need you to be here for the children. Like, we need you to be here 100%. You got to give it your all. And those children definitely need that energy, because if you're down, they're going to be down. You know what I mean? So again, let the director or, whoever's there with you, let them know what's going on so they can give you that safe space or that time to go out and clear your head. So, and we ain't got to be trying to figure out who's gonna watch the kids at the end of the day. No, we don't. So, that's good stuff.
All right, I really appreciate you guys for coming.
Thank you so
much. Talking about these call outs in the crazy stories that you both have heard with these teachers calling out. So again, thank you for joining us for this episode of the Top Tier Childcare Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and if you have any questions, you can email us at info@btoptier.org. And remember, the quality of a leader is reflected on the standards they set for themselves. See you next time. Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Top Tier Childcare Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you have any questions, you can email us at info@btoptier.org. Remember, quality service is not what you put into it. It's what the customer gets out of it. See you next time.